Let's do a quick video on fasting. See what I did there? Fasting. Quick. Intermittent fasting has been crazy popular lately. What is fasting? Fasting is literally not eating something for a certain period of time. By the way, have you ever noticed that anybody that fasts, they're no longer saying that they starving yourselves? 15 years ago, if you would have told somebody that you're not going to eat something for an entire day, they're just going to say, oh, you're starving yourself. But nowadays, it's, oh, you're fasting. Culture changes a lot in a few years. That's super weird. There are a bunch of protocols you can follow for fasting. For example, you can eat every other day, where you eat just one meal on your fasting days and you eat normal on non-fasting day. You could also fast once or twice a week for 24 hours. By far the most common method of fasting is fasting for 16 hours and eating for 8 hours. That sounds weird. 8 hours of eating? No, that's not right. But you know what I mean. In this case, most people fast overnight because you know the whole you can't eat while you sleep thing. They would start their fasting from 4 o'clock in the afternoon and not eat until 8 a.m. the next morning, or not eat from 6 to 10. Either way, there's no food for 16 hours. So does it work? For some maybe, for others not so much. With any diet, you're always going to hear somebody that says it's life-changing, but mostly you'll hear people that say they tried it, but it wasn't for them. As for the research behind fasting, the research really hasn't caught up to the buzz yet. In other words, there are a lot of unfounded claims yet to be proven by research. As for weight loss, fasting has been shown that it's just as effective as doing calorie restriction. However, compliance with the fasting protocols seems to be an issue for many. Fasting is nothing new. In fact, we already do it every day. We fast every day from the time we eat our last meal of the day to the time we eat breakfast. Breakfast, which literally means break fast. I understand the appeal of fasting because it's really easy to create a logic about it. That logic is if we eat food and that makes us fat, therefore not eating food makes us skinny. Fasting really is just a control mechanism for our diet. It gives us rules of when we can eat and when we can't eat. But isn't fasting just another way of restricting calories? If you skip a meal, you're essentially not eating a couple hundred calories. We can do the exact same thing by reducing the portion sizes of the meals that we already eat. In both cases, we're just reducing the calories that we consume. Because of that logic I just talked about, it's easy for us to attach to these rules that tell us when to eat and when not to eat. It's much easier to not eat versus reducing our portion sizes. One thing I'm not a fan of for fasting is that fasting tends to make food the enemy. It reinforces the idea that food is the reason why we're overweight. This couldn't be any further from the truth. A lifestyle of bad habits and overeating is the reason why we're overweight. And fasting doesn't really correct these bad habits. On the plus side, fasting does bring us closer to what it truly means to be hungry. It better connects us to when we need to eat versus when we have to eat. So should you try fasting? As I said before, experimenting with different diets is a great way to find that diet that works for you. I don't believe that fasting is a long-term solution, but if it helps you get over a plateau, I'm all for it. So try not eating something for a while and see what you think. If you like these videos, hit the like button below. If you really love us, leave a comment.